Two things at the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Libra. There are two important things I'm going to mention right now. Number one is to do if you are a couple, if you already have someone. At the beginning of this week, this is for the couples right now. At the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Libra, you and your partner are going to have absolutely mind-blowing a new opportunity, okay, for happiness. This is very, very important. So at the beginning of this week, when it comes to the couples, you need to understand the importance of this. This is very, very important when it comes to your life, when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your happiness, when it comes to your inspiration, when it comes to you having and getting the most out of this life, but also when it comes to something that you both had on your mind for absolute ages. Indeed. So the couples are going to have an important opportunity for happiness here, very important indeed. And at the same time, when it comes to the single Libras, you're also going to become aware of a potential, hello my darling, of a potential soulmate. This is gonna be important, okay? Whether this is going to be the actual soulmate or not, it is still an absolutely integral part of your spiritual journey to jump into it almost immediately. You need to tap into something. It's more important than anything else, and I really hope that this makes sense. So the couples at the beginning of this week are going to have an opportunity for happiness and something that you've both been waiting for ages. And those single Libras, you are going to become aware of a potential soulmate, and you're gonna like this. It is not even about this as such. It's about which parts of your spirit this is going to touch. You know, the way you're going to feel touched. This is going to touch the thing, touch things within you that have been sleeping for way too long. And once this awakens, you are going to become ready for things that you haven't been ready before. And these things that you haven't been ready before for, they were slowing you down. So this in itself is, however, going to create an absolutely mind-blowing step on your spiritual journey. It's like, oh my God. And also, my gorgeous Libra, at the beginning of this week, you are really kind of going to have a little bit of like, of course I'm going to be completely honest with you, but also this is completely not related to what I just said, but right at the beginning of this week you are going to have a bit of a negative change in circumstances. And this negative change in circumstances that you are going to, in your own circumstances that you are going to become aware of, you must not allow this to throw you out of balance too much, because this in itself, it's going to kind of like a really highlight some kind of a burden in your life. But at the same time, you're going to feel a little bit overburdened, and that it's going to come from you feeling overloaded for a while now. You're going to feel a little bit stressed, and you are going to kind of be dealing with a certain problems. Now, this in itself is somehow actually, first of all, it's going to put you off, but then again, as something really interesting, it's going to take place. Something really interesting, it's actually going to happen through this situation. You're going to realize how powerful you are, how strong you are, but most importantly, you're going to realize something very specific about yourself and about your life. You know what you're going to realize? Almost as if like you needed this situation in order to realize how valued you are in your life, how valued you are by the specific people who you need and who you want to be valued by. And this in itself, it's actually going to create a really beautiful moment, because at that moment in time, something very interesting is going to happen. You are going to have a very, very unusual idea. That unusual idea that you are going to have, it's something that you must not forget. It's going to seem like a tiny and unusual idea, but this is something that is going to help you to break through things that have been holding you down for way too long. It's an unusual idea, and I say say unusual because for the first time in your life, this is going to be on your mind, but it's also clearly showing you that you progressed on your spiritual journey, and now this is also going to give you a flavor of new things which are about to slowly but surely start drinking into your life. Not drinking, drifting into your life. Yeah, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, drink. No, not that. No, do you see what I mean, my gorgeous Libra? So this is very, very important indeed. Only 2 days after that moment in time, only 2 days after that moment in time, you are about to start riding the waves of life, my gorgeous Libra, when your luck is about to change in the best possible way. This is to do with your destiny. This is to do with your karma. This is to do with like a very decisive moment that you're going to become aware of. This is to do with an important chance that you're going to have. This very important chance is direct result of your karma, but it's also pretty much so very directly connected to your own destiny. This is so important for you to understand how significant this is going to be, because it's also going to bring you such a confidence in your life in order to understand and be honest with yourself which part of your life has come to an end, you know, and as soon as you do that, you are going to set yourself free in so many different ways. On another hand, my gorgeous Libra, also at the beginning of this week, you know, when you become aware of this chance that I'm talking about, this is an important chance, you know. 2 days later, I say that your luck is going to change. I'm not saying that your luck was bad or negative. I say your luck is going to change in the best possible way, because you're not going to be able to believe what a chance you're actually going to have 2 days after that moment in time. You're not going to be able to believe what an amazing chance you're going to have. It's almost as if it's going to feel like too good to be true. Sometimes things are too good to be true. You know, not that they're too good to be true. Sometimes things are. We are going through this situation when things are not what they are. Sometimes they are too good to be true. But this is not that particular situation. Do you know what I mean? I know you do, because you're Libra, so you're very, very smart. So this is why I'm saying that your luck is changing in the best possible way. And some of you are going to say, my luck wasn't bad or anything like that. No, baby, no. You can only understand this once you're facing this situation 2 days later, when you see what chance I'm actually talking about. This is directly connected to your destiny. It's directly connected to your karma, and at the same time, you know, this is like kind of gonna, you know, it's gonna throw you out of balance a little bit, and you are gonna feel a little bit of, oh my god, like a little bit of stress, you know. You're gonna feel a little bit overwhelmed, you know. And when you feel a little bit stressed and overwhelmed, you must not step that line too far, because if you do, it's gonna put you in a mode where you're gonna go to overanalyze, and then you're just gonna start seeing negativities, and the negativities are just gonna like kind of suck you in. So no, baby, no. So when you start feeling, oh my god, a little bit of anxious, you know, a little bit of stress is normal, a little bit of anxiety is normal. We're all humans, you know. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but so that's natural. But if it goes like one step further, then, to prevent this from going step further, take some little time out, do a little bit of meditation after that, ground yourself. Go in the forest. I know you're going to tell me I'm crazy again, but go inside the forest somewhere. Find a part where people don't walk, because it just contains, and it has this very special and sacred energy. And then sit down, touch the ground with your hands, you know, and just ground yourself, literally ground yourself. Touch your hands with the ground. Ideally, it's cold now here in England, for example, but like ideally you take your shoes off, you take your socks off, and you just go out there in the forest. And I mean, I can do this in the winter. I'm like one of those people, you know. I'm almost every day in the forest, you know. So to me, that wouldn't be unusual whatsoever. But I understand that people can be cold, you know what I mean? To take shoes off, to take a socks off, and then stand on a little bit of ground. Just close your eyes, feel the ground. ground beneath your feet. Feel that power, feel that energy. Ground yourself, recenter yourself, close your eyes and imagine this gorgeous, beautiful white light all around you. You know, all around you, then in your head, then all around your shoulders, then within your shoulders, around your body, within your body. This gorgeous white light is traveling further down, traveling further down, traveling further down, traveling through one leg, traveling through another leg, around your leg, going into the ground with one leg. And just imagine this powerful light going into the ground through your feet, like about 1 meter into the ground, and then coming back through you. And then again, you imagine this with your left leg as well. And it's just like you really literally rejuvenate yourself, like, oh my God. And this is one of the most powerful ways to ground yourself and recenter yourself. I know it sounds like, oh my God, but this is the power from nature that we get. Okay, and if it's too cold, you know, you could be in Canada or somewhere like really freezing, like with the snow and all that, you know, Antarctica. Oh, don't make me talk about Antarctica, so much to Antarctica. But anyway, yeah, stay on the subject, Sasha, stay on the subject. Don't go on about Antarctica, stay on the subject. I will stay on the subject. So yes, basically, so now if it's too cold for your feet, for example, then you can do it with your hands. I must not forget this, yeah, okay, because I understand it's cold outside, I get it. So if you can't do it like that standing, then you just do it with your hands. You find a place in the forest. It's very important to ground yourself with your hands like this, and just like close your eyes and just do the same thing. Imagine that gorgeous white light around you, within you, traveling down through one hand, each finger, another hand, each finger, going like about a meter into the ground. You imagine this light with your eyes closed, going into the ground and coming back and rejuvenating your whole body through your hands. This is so important to actually rejuvenate you. But at the same time, as soon as you're finished with that process, you will see that there's some kind of, you're going to have an answer to some kind of ongoing problem that you thought it was so complex, and now you're going to realize it was the simplest thing ever. And this is the wiseness that I'm talking about. But on top of that, this is going to help you to kind of ground yourself, to center yourself like literally never before. But at the same time, when it comes to you feeling anxiety and fear and negativity, this in itself, it's really going to rejuvenate you to the point, and it's going to prepare you for what's to come. Because after that moment in time, whether you go to ground yourself or not, you are going to need to make an important decision. And the decision that you're going to need to make, normally you would find like a painful choice. You know what I mean? You would find something painful, and like this, you are just going to be able to see completely different side to it. So you will be able to see something that you would normally see very stressful as something very, very adventurous indeed. So this is why this grounding and recentering, my gorgeous Libra, is ever so important. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, you know, I like it, my Liberina, I like it. My Libera, my gorgeous Libra, I like this so much because you know you are going to feel so happy at around the midweek, because the message and information that you're going to have, it's going to put a big smile on your face, because you're going to become aware of things coming to fruition through your hard work. Your hard work is about to pay off. This is so important, my gorgeous Libra, because at the same time, you know, this is to do with like now it's all about you kind of moving forward with your life. It's all about a forward planning. But at the same time, you're going to feel so excited, because you will know that there are certain things that you are going to experience after this moment in time, which you've never experienced before. So you're going to feel so excited because you are going to really become aware of the certain experience which you are you're going to become aware of certain things which you are going to experience in life. And this in itself for now is going to require from you to be patient, and it's going to require from you to kind of like come up with some kind of routine, because this in itself is actually going to happen quite unexpectedly. And on another hand, you know, there is some kind of a teamwork that it's actually going to be also quite important in terms of some kind of collaboration. On another note, you're also going to reach such an interesting stage of your life where you are gonna want to learn something now. You're gonna want to learn something further. You will want to find out something further about this specific information and about everything that I've said so far. It's gonna leave you with you wanting to sorry, I just heard something weird. It's gonna like kind of you wanting to find out, do you know what, I changed the rooms, so now I'm hearing sounds that I didn't hear before. Now I'm closer to the street on the other side, so like as I'm living in the actual close, so I'm like kind of closer to the street. On the other side I was closer to the forest, but I couldn't do readings on that side anymore. I had to change the rooms because doesn't matter. So basically, anyway, yes, it was my own choice to change the room anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm going off subject again. So basically this midweek, you know, it's going to really kind of, all this is going to make you aware how much you want to learn something very specific, okay? And at the same time, this is going to be important, you know, and you're going to be thinking, shall I learn something, what is on your mind or not? Shall I learn this or not? And the answer is big fat mama yes, absolutely. And please, for the love of God, just remember that the power of your manifestation is going to be very strong. For some reason I'm seeing you worrying about the finances and about the certain problems, but you must release that negative energy because it's going to slow you down. This is not the time to focus on negativities, and I know that this is part of the challenge because you're gonna hear some nonsense on the outside, nothing to do with your life again, but you have to ignore this. This is all part of your challenge. In order to ignore this, you just have to follow your own light. In the midst of darkness, follow your own light, because no one else can guide you but yourself, especially not people who don't know nothing about you or nothing about your life, who don't know you personally or care about you whatsoever. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Libra, you know, I like this. This is to do with an older person. It's to do with an older man. It's to do with somebody very stable. It's to do with somebody very fatherly. It's to do with somebody very independent. It's to do with somebody who is like a pretty much so a person of some kind of authority, or that person is giving out that energy. Well, that person is going to really inspire you. That person is going to inspire you so much to be the leader of your life. That person is going to bring something within you. It's going to bring this beast within you that was sleeping for way too long. My gorgeous Libra, the sleeping beast is about to awake. Sorry. And that in itself is going to really kind of make you aware of an importance of being a leader in your life, but also of an importance of being in charge. At the same time, you know, this in itself, it's like really kind of, that person is really going to inspire you for some kind of like creative achievement. This is so important here. That person is going to inspire you towards some kind of creative achievement. And it's also going to make you aware of the fact that now it's to move on with your life. You will know that at that moment in time you do need to walk away. You do need from something. You need to let go of something. You need to abandon some kind of plans, because what you need to understand that now it's time to shine your light on the world and around you, and your radiance is going to, your own radiance is going to attract success, my gorgeous Libra. Please find one part of your life that that you want to really be known for, or you want to be successful from the beginning of this week, and put as much as you possibly can energy towards it, and you will see that you are going to be noticed like so quickly you're not going to be able to believe. This is going to grow like a big mama, and it's going to become a giant mama. But seriously, yeah, it's time to shine your light, and you are, with other words, you are going to be noticed by the people that you want to be noticed by. And this is a very sacred time of your life, because it's also going to give you the opportunity to achieve something that you were dreaming about for way too long. Absolutely brilliant, and it's most certainly going to lead towards very much so your own independence in the best possible way, but especially when it comes to you creating something very solid, in particular when it comes to your happiness, optimism, doing the right things, and your finances. So now, my gorgeous Libra, I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be oracle card of the week. So I'm just going to shuffle these oracle cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be oracle card of the week. Okay. What is going to be an oracle card of the week, my gorgeous Libra? What is going to be an oracle card? Oh my goodness, look at this. You are going to feel very, very creative. And there is something in particular that is going to be making you feel creative from the beginning of this week. Please, you listen, this is another indication that you need to work on, like, something that makes you feel really passionate, something that makes you feel really creative. You see this? This is a very important sign, because while you're working on something that makes you feel like really creative, and while you're working on something that you're so passionate about, while you're working on something that means to you so much, there is something very, very wise going to come to you. What to be mindful of. But at the same time, what else is going to come to you? It's like what's missing in your life. What exactly is missing in your life? And what is missing in your life, it actually may surprise you, because on one hand, you are reaching a very elevated and powerful stage of your own divinity. And that means that you will be looking at things and experiencing things with a completely different eyes through your own spirit. And it's going to lead towards your own transformation. And when it comes to our own transformation, then that means that at the same time, this is going to really connect you by the end of the week very, very strongly with your life purpose. After the end of this week, nothing is going to be the same again, in the best possible way. The whole new motivation that's coming in. Highly, highly, highly rejuvenating time of your life. Okay, my gorgeous Libra, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.